Me and my best friend was having this conversation the other night, and she was just saying, like, it is just so broke and tacky for a woman to be asking a man to get her hair and her nails done. And I couldn't agree more. I don't give a fuck what's going on. My appointments are booked. My nail tech knows she's seeing me twice in a month. I'm sending my deposit for both of my appointments. I'm sending my $100 deposit as soon as she open the books up. And then when I go to my appointment, I'm paying anywhere from $55 with tip to $90 with tip when I get my nails done, depending on when I'm getting it done. My hairstylist, she know I'm on them books. I just got my hair done about 5 times in the past 4 weeks. If you like, well, I'm not gonna say 4 weeks. I hit that quick week for like 2 weeks. I keep my hair done. I keep my hair and my nails done. I'm not looking for a nigga to sponsor that. He gonna see that when he get around me. I keep expensive perfume. I keep myself up. I stay shopping. I'm always doing that shop. I'm not asking them no petty ass money for my girl maintenance. That is so broken tacky. It really is. Because a woman who really take care of herself already got that handle.
And of course, there are some women in the comments that don't fully understand exactly what she's talking about. And I'm glad there were women in the comments that had to explain it. One woman says, y'all are not getting what she's saying. She's saying with or without that man, her maintenance is done. Somebody else says, if a man offers, I'm going to accept. But I take pride in being able to pay for my maintenance myself. Period. Another woman. The point is, you should never have to ask or depend on it. If you offer it, cool. Regardless, my hair and my nails is going to stay done without me cracking my lips to ask. Period. Y'all need to be doing it with or without a man. That's the point.
So on Friday, my husband gets home from being on a trip since Tuesday. He was gone from Tuesday to Friday. He gets home and naturally we're very flirty with each other because we hadn't seen each other since Tuesday. And, you know, flirty during the day equals getting busy at night. That's just math, right? Obviously. So we did get to bed a little bit late. He'd been traveling throughout the week and everything, and that usually makes him a little bit tired, more tired than usual. So we got to bed a little bit late. I took care of all of this stuff downstairs. And when I went upstairs to bed, I imagined he would be, you know, reading a book waiting for me because he usually reads before bed. But he was like half asleep in bed. And I was like, okay, because like in my mind, we were about to get busy, but he's like half asleep. And I was like, maybe he's just tired. Maybe he's just not like into it, doesn't have enough energy, whatever. So I was like, do I say something? What do I do? Usually I don't need moves. Usually it just happens, right? That's the perk of being married. You don't need moves. So I'm like, okay, good night. He's like, good night. And we kiss. No tongue, not even any tongue. And I was like, okay, he just wants to go to sleep. That's fine. Unusual for my husband, but this is fine. He can just go to sleep. But I just couldn't let it go. I'm like, what do you mean? We're just going to sleep? Okay. And so again, I have no moves. So I roll over. I'm like, are we going to do it? Like, do you want to do it? And he was like, yeah, we can do it. And I was like, cool, let's go. So we start kissing and things start progressing. And then I was like, wait a minute. I was like, because I'm thinking if he's tired, like, I don't want him to feel obligated to have sex with me. Like, we could just do it another time. Like, I don't, it's late. He'd been traveling all week. It's fine. And so I was like, if you don't want to, like, we don't have to. And he was like, I was like, because I thought you were tired. He's like, well, I am tired, but we could still do it. And I was like, I don't need your pity sex, okay? We can just do it when you're actually into it. He's like, no, like, I'm into it. You asked me if I want to do it. So we're talking and he stops and he was like, you asked me this question. Of course the answer is yes. He was like, imagine if you're laying in bed half asleep and the doorbell rings and it's Taylor Swift and she says she wants to hang out with you. Are you getting out of bed? Understood. I now understand exactly what you mean. So carry on, sir. We're open for business.
How come you couldn't understand that the first time? Were you listening or were you too focused on what you wanted to do? Why is it so hard for some of these modern women to get concepts that are very, very simple? It's a very, very simple concept. No, I don't want your pity. I'm not talking about pity. That's not what we're talking about right now. I am tired. Oh, he's been traveling all week. Well, that might be a reason he's tired. That, number one. Number two, y'all could leave this stuff off of the internet. Nobody needs to know this. Nobody is asking for this story. Please stop embarrassing yourselves.
One time my brother had broke up with a girl that I actually really liked. And I was like, why you ain't talk to her? He was like, she just don't listen. And I don't always have time to explain in the moment why I'm telling you what I'm telling you. So I asked him the situation, and supposedly like, something had happened. All right, so he already had plans on doing something with he had knew. I don't know the situation, but anyways, she called him before he could get to where he had to go, and she was like, oh, I need you to come get me. So of course he went and got her. So he telling her, look, I gotta go do something right quick, but when we get here, as they pulling up, when we get here, once I stop this car, get in the back seat. So she on some shit like, why the fuck is you putting your friends before me? You know, just going up for him. He like, just get in the back seat, get in the back seat. But I guess she was like putting up a fit about it as the guy was walking to the car. So anyways, she had an attitude, whatever. But his whole purpose in telling her to get in the back seat is because I don't trust this too much. And I don't know too much about him, but I'd rather him sit beside me than sit behind me. And I was like, oh. So sometimes like when he be telling me stuff, I be like, oh, I need to take advice from him because he's like from a male perspective. But yeah, stop asking so many questions.
Good morning. I'm gonna post a clip. This is probably, I don't even say I hate people, but this probably gotta be the worst on the internet right now. Listen to this shit, y'all.
Send that woman some money for some groceries this month. That's what you can do. You steady screaming how much you like her and you want to take her on a date. But you gotta be different. You see she got kids. She don't want to go on no date. Put some groceries in her house. Help her out.
If you ever wondered why bitches got up here with so much fucking pizzazz and think that they that bitch, it's cause of like this. What the fuck you mean I'm supposed to give my hard-earned money to a bitch who got 2 kids by an ain't shit? Cause I'm supposed to give my money to her cause she made some bad life choices? So I'm supposed to fill her fridge up? No, bitch, you need to learn your lesson. Stop having kids with body that you know can't provide. My hard-earned money to a bitch who not only has 1 but 2 kids by ain't shit. Because mind you, you said your baby father ain't shit, but you went around and had baby number 2 by him. So I'm supposed to go in my wallet and pay for some groceries for 2 little that don't even belong to me? Is this stupid? Get this off the internet. What I can give you, bitch, is a little bit of advice, meaning wrap it up. That's what I can give you, some advice. Wrap it up. Christmas is coming. Put a bow on it, bitch. Put a bow on that fucking whack ass. Maybe it's not whack because you keep having kids. My fault. But nah, ain't nobody giving you shit. Stop getting up here thinking that it's supposed to reward you for doing bad. Fuck. That's like my mother still throwing me a sweet 16 after I get pregnant as a teenager. Are you fucking stupid? Like, is this crazy? Gotta be. Stop listening to this nigga. Y'all bitches in his comments slurping his shit. Mind you, that nigga probably get with y'all and not give y'all a dime. Goodbye.
Honestly, I think he might have beaten me to what I've been saying that I'm going to start doing. And that's grifting. I'm going to start making some money off of these ladies that continue to be bamboozled by foolish speech. They can't recognize that somebody's capping and they're capping hard. He's lying. He's grifting. I'm going to be the next Russell Hartley. I'm going to be the next this guy. Logical Dating Hartley. That's what I'm going to call myself. Or whoever. What's his name? That guy. Oh man, he's always got music, and he's always explaining, and women just hyping him up. He's always explaining stuff. I feel like it's Chris. Let me see. The search is Chris Perry pandering. Chris Perry pandering. Chris Perry. Yeah, this dude. Let me put him on the screen.
Women, are you genuinely okay? Like seriously, are y'all okay? Because how many times do y'all have to fall for this fake male feminist trope for y'all to realize it's all a ploy to get money from y'all? Seriously, are you stupid? From Derek Jackson to R.H. Sin, Atticus, Stefan Labussiere, and now Chris GQ Perry. They all do the same thing. Whether they masquerade as inspirational, motivational speakers for women or poets, they all steal the same exact quotes that have been written a million times. They put them in their books, and you all buy them. How do you all buy the same exact books over and over of men telling y'all, oh, you don't need a man to be strong, or she's the light that every man run away from, an independent woman, blah, blah, blah. It's classic, or one man's trash is another man's treasure. Her love is too fierce for weak men. It's the same exact shit, and you all have been falling for it ever since 2011, and I really feel bad because at this point, where's the growth? Because if y'all keep reading the same exact books over and over, are you really growing as a person? Because it seems like this guy just comes out of nowhere. Haven't y'all had enough? R.H. Sin already wrote like 40 books of the same thing telling y'all how strong you all are and don't need men in your lives. Derek Jackson is the craziest one because the fact that he was outed as a serial cheater, publicly humiliated his wife, and you all still follow him like he's Jesus. It's giving pathetic, to be honest with y'all. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat. I'm y'all big bro, and I'm just letting y'all know this shit is a ploy, and y'all still are making the millionaires. I don't understand it. Like, what is it about these guys who do nothing but steal quotes all day make y'all feel good about yourselves? Because none of it is original. It's been done over and over again. I don't know, man. It's some type of mental illness. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. Once again, now I'm taking off my hater cap. And I'm gonna show y'all some love. They're so much better. Like, read actual literature by real writers who don't steal stuff. Okay? That's all I'm gonna say.
So yeah, Chris Perry 2.0.
Bro, women, please stop thinking that just because you see a lot of attractive women who have good jobs and live by themselves, that automatically makes them a good option for men who are seeking women. This is the biggest problem we have. The inherent belief that one group is just better off than the other based on absolutely nothing but the external. And then you get upset when other people don't want to believe in your surface level dopeness that you tell them they should be astounded by. Like, case in point, the idea that there's more attractive women out there than men, I find wholeheartedly hilarious. As a man who has been blessed enough to not have a difficult time meeting attractive women, there isn't. Y'all just give women more leeway. That's just how it works. It's like the way dudes like to give other men more leeway for acting like Neanderthals because, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's the bias, okay? There's probably an equal amount. Women spend much more of their effort on outward appearance on a regular basis anyway since the time of childhood. But at the same time, being pretty and having a good job doesn't make you a good woman. Doesn't make you a good relationship partner. It makes you a good individual at those things. Just being pretty and having your money together. But women use those things as qualifiers because that's what they use to qualify men for the most part. Fair enough, that's all you see. But the assumption that women are just great because they are doing great is the same thing that makes it ridiculous to say that when men have stuff, it makes them better. It sounds crazy on both sides. Those are just external things. They have absolutely nothing to do with your character when it comes to interpersonal relationships. But because women just assume that those things make them better, they don't actually work on that personality, and then they wonder why they're single. It's because you're really annoying and narcissistic, just like the dude you don't like who takes his money, makes him a better person for you.
There was a guy in the comments that said, true, but I'd argue that the logic is if they're successful at X, then that should transfer to dateability or relationship skills. I mean, you would think that it would. You would think that those skills would just transfer across, but they don't. You would think that if she's ambitious and hardworking in her career, then that would transfer to how hard I'm going to be working in a relationship to build for both of us. But when she gets into a relationship, she thinks I need to step back and let the man do everything. So the man has to work twice as hard because you want to take a step back. Like I said, I mean, the logic, that should be the logic, but it's literally not. Obviously, a woman said, I'm sorry, but there are more attractive women physically. And he said, according to what criteria? And she put a screenshot and said, women find other women's faces even more attractive than men do. Of course. So because a woman says that another woman is attractive, then the woman is attractive. Just more of the same logic that men continue to hear from modern women over and over again. I have all of these great single friends. Then why are they single if they're so great?
You tell a girl you can't dress like a without getting the wrong attention, and she freaks the fuck out. Holy shit. Some of you are actually like beyond delusional and it scares me. But the thing is, I am literally on your side is what you don't get. You're the one not on your side. Because if you understood how guys actually think and how they're actually perceiving you, you would be fucking disgusted. You're not attracting the actual attention that you want from a man when you dress like that and then he gives you attention, or when you hook up with him, or when he uses you for your body, or he calls you sexy and hot and says he wants to get with you. That's not the actual outcome that you think that you want. I promise you. And the thing is, it's not your fault if a guy does something wrong and disgusting. No one ever said that. In fact, I literally said it's not your fault and they can be fucking animals. But just because something isn't your fault doesn't mean that you shouldn't try and avoid it if you can. It wouldn't be your fault if you got robbed or if you got kidnapped, but you're not going out as a girl walking in the dark at 3 a.m. Or at least you wouldn't be mad at someone if they told you not to do that. You need to protect yourself as a woman. You just do. That's just the way the world is. So be careful. Don't dress like a slut on Halloween, get plastered, and then go to a party. That is stupid, is what I'm telling you. You're dumb. And I'd rather me shame you or yell at you and tell you that than you to find out the hard way. Because I see it time and time again. It sucks. It's horrible. It's wrong. It shouldn't be that way. I agree with you. It should not be that way. Men should learn to control themselves. They're not a fucking animal. You have free will. Keep your pants. Like, I literally agree with you guys. It's vulgar, but yeah, it's fucking vulgar. It's gross. It's horrible. But you have to look out for yourself and protect yourself because no one else will. Your best friends won't. The guys that you think are your friends, like, I'm telling you, women, be careful. And when you dress like that with the combination of Halloween and partying and drinking, I'm telling you, it's a recipe for disaster and you need to be safe. That doesn't mean that anything that happens to you is not like that you deserved it or it's your fault. No, absolutely not. But protect yourselves. Do what you can. Love you girls. Fall for more. And to all the girls who get it, thank you for commenting and spreading awareness, because just because something isn't the way that it should be or it's not right doesn't mean that it's not that way. And we should all stop being delusional and pretending that the world is butterflies, glitter, and rainbow, because that's not the truth. Trust me, I fucking wish it was. But unfortunately, every single girl has a story, and if she doesn't, she knows someone close to her who does. So watch out. Be careful. Men can be fucking animals, especially in those settings. So try your best to avoid it. And if you want to join my community of girls, message me on Instagram because it is closing soon and you have to interview to be part of it. Love you. Bye. Mwah.
So, of course, the women in the comments are not going to like it. One woman said, "No, girl. I want the other girls to think I'm a baddie and to hype me up." But a man in the comments said, "I got flashed by a girl at the bar and I've never been so uncomfortable and felt so much pity. The first thought was, that's somebody's daughter. Genuinely the most disgusted I've felt in years. Live life, but goodness, the things you do say a lot about you." So like I said, these modern women don't care about anybody's opinion. They're going to act a fool regardless.
A friend of mine said, the sooner men realize, understand, and accept the fact that women don't make sense and they're not supposed to make sense, 99% of their problems with women will just vanish.
I find it odd how women want to be taken seriously, but simultaneously they infantilize themselves all the time. Like, they want you to see them. First of all, me preface this by saying I absolutely see women as my equals. That's what I'm saying, right? But I'm saying they want to be taken seriously, but they constantly degrade their own intelligence, right? Like, they said they should be treated as equal in 2025 and this, that, and the third. But then they'll say something like, "Oh, I'm just a girl." What does that mean? Like, every time they say, "Oh, I'm such a girl," it's something about them making a joke about how incompetent they are. But why do you associate being a woman with being incompetent? Like, you're degrading yourself. So why are you doing that? Like, what do you mean that once you realize that a woman is a woman and they're not supposed to make sense, so you're just saying that there's no rationale in a woman's mind? Like, you're saying that women are not capable of reason, right? And why would you say that about yourself? To escape accountability for the time being? But all you're doing is putting down women's ability to be taken seriously at all. Let's say all men adopted the mindset of, once you realize that a woman's not supposed to make sense, all your problems will disappear. That means no man will ever take a woman serious in any regard because she doesn't make sense. She's not capable of rationale. She's not capable of being rational.
Bunch of my followers tagged me in this creator's video, which was a reply video to a different video she had go viral. So Dr. Audra here. For those who haven't seen the original video, she and a group of friends were trying to plan a birthday party for one of the guys in the group who was like pretty adamantly opposed to this. Like, did not want to celebrate his birthday, didn't want to go out, didn't want to make a thing of it. Like, no thank you. So she came to TikTok and said, what's going on? And men in the thousands came out to answer her. There were a series of responses. Some things like, you know, my birthday was the day my trauma started. No, thank you. I don't want to relive that. It's just a day that I'll be disappointed because people won't actually show up and offer me the support and care and affection that I'm looking for. But in this reply video where I'm being tagged, she was stating how an alarming number of men were saying, like, no, I don't celebrate my birthday because I'm not narcissistic. I'm not self-centered. I'm not materialistic. And she was like, WTF, where is this coming from? Why do they think it's self-centered to celebrate their birthday? Like, what? In the video, she explicitly says, like, is there a psychologist in America who could explain this to me? And like, hello, here I am. I will say my number one response to like what's going on is in the comments. It is powerful when we actually listen to men and we hear their experience and we don't try to overanalyze it. We don't try to make sense of it like through a woman's lens, but we just take it for what it is and realize like, damn, if that is your conclusion, then clearly you've had experiences that have reinforced this and you've had people who have told you this and you've been taught that this is true. Instead of trying to change that, like, let's just take that in and realize like, wow, maybe the things that men are being taught and told and expected to be are different than what they are for women. But the other big thing that came up for me that I wanted to share was an experience that I've had as a therapist working with men. I think women may be surprised to know how many men sit in my office sharing their struggles, sharing their insecurities, sharing their shame, sharing their fears of not being good enough for the people in their lives. And then they look at me and they say, oh God, am I a narcissist? Like, I'm so caught up in myself. Am I a narcissist? That is not narcissism. The reality is I think so many men feel trapped in their own experiences, trapped in their shame, trapped in this self-doubt. They fear the judgment. They fear not being good enough. They fear they're unlovable. They believe they're unlovable. They believe they are unworthy. So now there's a day to celebrate you when so many of these men are fearful that they are not even offering the bare minimum of what they think is expected of them for their families. But now these same men are going to be expected to show up and say, yay me, let's celebrate. It just doesn't fit. It doesn't fit with how so many men view themselves and how so many men view what they are worthy of. Men in my office and men here on social media always have a strong reaction when I use the word deserve. You deserve love. You deserve support. You deserve therapy. I didn't deserve that. I didn't earn that. I don't know. No, I don't deserve that. So why would we think they deserve a birthday party?
So here's some comments to kind of help you understand this. A guy says, wife plans the birthday. The birthday is mentally taxing, not enjoyable. Wife is now sad. She feels like a failure. Now I feel worse. I don't like it when she's sad. So you plan something. I don't enjoy it. Now you're upset. And now I'm upset that you're upset. Basically, you plan something that I didn't want. You plan things that are fun to you. You plan things centered around us as a couple. When it comes to birthday parties, anniversaries, Valentine's Day, Christmas, most women don't want anything having to do with anybody else. Most people don't. It's a day to celebrate me. And so if you're getting experiences with us, then that's for you and not specifically for me. I've heard women on here say, if it's a vacation that he's taking you both on, then it doesn't count. It's not for you. Like he has to give you a bag or a present or something like that. And that's wild. And so now when a woman does it, then a man is supposed to be like, yeah, I had so much fun spending time with her, yada, 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 right? Another guy in the comments said, men are taught from a young age the worst thing they can do is be a burden to another. It's fair. Another person says, it's because it feels performative. I don't get that kind of celebration or treatment any other day of the year. Experiencing it just reminds me of how absent it is the rest of the year, which is low-key depressing, to be honest.
So I'm like, okay, cool. So I put on my scarf, a black shirt, and I threw on these little basketball shorts. So when I get there and I'm sitting down, he looking at me all weird and shit. So I'm trying to figure out like what the problem was. I didn't say anything because I'm like, oh, I thought we were just going to go grab something to eat. And then he gonna say, oh, so this how you be dressing when you go on dates. And I'm like, first of all, a date? Like, you literally took me to Applebee's. We all know that Applebee's ain't no expensive dressing up type of place to go to.
Oh, no, ma'am. Oh, no, ma'am. First of all, you said that Applebee's is a fast food restaurant. It's not a fast food restaurant because nothing comes out fast. There's no food that you're going to get in 5 minutes or less. So, no, it's no drive-through. Anything to go, you would even have to call it in. So, it's not a fast food restaurant. And second off, a date is a date. Like, first off, with the thing with society is we already talk about how on one hand, men don't take women out on dates. Men are not willing to take women out on dates. But then on the other hand, you don't see certain outings as dates because they don't meet a certain qualification. Like, and even if you didn't consider Applebee's like an expensive dress up worthy type of date, a scarf. You're at a restaurant sitting down. Why would you have your scarf on? And then sorry, but I hate when we feed into stereotypes. Why are you at a sit down restaurant in a scarf as a black person? I'm sorry. No. And also, like, is everybody really genuinely this fake rich? Because there's nothing wrong with Applebee's. We need Applebee's. That's the problem. Everybody complains about things like automatic gratuity and tipping culture and all of this other stuff and black owned restaurants charging you all of this for this, but shit on Applebee's. We need Applebee's. We need half price appetizers. We need Olive Garden. We need all you can eat pasta. We need Chili's freaking 2 for $25. But no, ma'am. You are a representative of yourself first and foremost before anything. And the scarf was just a no-go. And there's nothing wrong with Applebee's. I like Applebee's.
Thank you to the women in the comments once again for holding her accountable. Stop talking stupid. Stop talking stupid. Somebody in the comments said she dressed like she was going to the mailbox. Another woman said, I think Applebee's is a date. Date is what you make it. Just going for a walk in the park is a type of date. Y'all just do too much. Just stay at home or decline if you don't want to go. Another woman says Applebee's, cheesecake, and Chili's are my favorite. I don't care. Another woman says forget the date. You're literally outside in public like this. Exactly. And they have the audacity to come on here thinking that they have a point. You sound slow.
All right, I'm gonna just say it. The problem with the wigs, the BBLs, the lashes, everything fake is the fact that we're building ourselves up for an aesthetic that is online, that looks good in pictures, but we all know looks terrible in person. And I think people have become so disillusioned with reality and, conflating social media presence for real life presence. It has caused a cognitive dissonance in individuals who believe that if they look good online, even if it doesn't look good in person, that they look good objectively. And I think we need to wake up a little bit. I mean, people talk about it all the time, like when they see BBLs in real life, how it doesn't look good. Those wigs don't look good either. Like, no offense, I'm not like bashing anybody. I'm just saying, like, they look good on camera, but you know a wig is a wig is a wig is a wig as soon as you see it. I don't care how good it is. I don't care how lace HD it is. You can tell it's a wig. Yeah, I'm gonna say it. I'm so sorry, but we need to get back to real life. Like, if you don't look good in real life, you don't.
Y'all girly pops is so mad at me for telling you not to give your children your baby daddy's last name. I don't know why you want your kids to have a different last name than you. I honestly can't comprehend it. And at the same time, some of y'all talking about marriage. We don't want marriage. Marriage isn't something we want. Cool. That's totally fine. But why, again, do you want your children to have a different last name than you? Tell me that. Why is it so important that the man carries on his name through you when you're the one who did the growing, the breaking, the bleeding, the sacrificing?
You can miss me with the whole ass shenanigans, my nigga.
But you don't think that your name should go on your children's last name? Make it make sense, shotties.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up!
Y'all really in my comments right now talking about, I'm not stupid. I'm totally fine with my decision. Well, you may not feel stupid, but you look stupid.
Cut the shit!
And one more thing. Before you start talking about, oh, they don't get inheritance if they don't have the last name. Oh, I can't get child support if the kids don't have his last name. Oh, this, that, and the other. That's not facts. That's what a birth certificate is for.
Stop it. Get some help.
If your children's father isn't on the birth certificate, sure, you may have concerns about child support. You may have concerns about inheritance. But the thing is, if old boy is absent, like, what are the chances that you think that he's going to have so much money that there's going to be an inheritance for your child? The only inheritance they're getting is a social security check if there's any left when he passes away.
Man, shut the fuck up.
Paying for a woman's meal is the lowest form of masculine structure. Men who are grounded in their masculine, they pay without overthinking. They don't label it. It's not a big deal. See, the thing is, if a man does not want to pay for a woman's meal, it's not because he doesn't want to. It's because on a subconscious level, he's not ready to step into the role as a leader. He doesn't want to mislead you by stepping into a role he can't uphold. He's saying, I don't have the structure to lead anything right now. I'm trying to avoid the responsibilities that come with masculine actions. And he's low-key covering up his feminine energy. So shout out to the men that do small gestures like paying for a meal, because it's an expression of leadership and presence. The truth is, if he's going back and forth about not wanting to pay for a meal, about a woman flowers, he's not going to want to do bigger things down the line.
Most women want the wedding day, they want the ring, they want the bragging rights, they want the Instagram post. But do they really want the wife job description? Now, the wife job description, I believe in it so much, that's why I won't do it. I was engaged. And that's what, before all this, very early in my career, I was engaged. I was in my 20s for my college sweetheart. And the one thing we decided is we would never get divorced. And I really think people should make that decision before you get married, because it's like, listen, if we do this, it's me and you till we see Jesus. And there wasn't an infidelity. I realized we had different life plans. And most women usually just kind of follow the man. Nothing wrong with that, right? And at that time, it would have made sense. He was an electrical engineer. I'm a radio host making $7 an hour. I'm going to probably be fired in I would you get fired all the time in radio. I have no job security. So girl, you got this man, tall, dark, handsome, marry him, have babies, and run off to the sunset. And I couldn't make that bet because I had so much inside of me. I had to take a risk on becoming who Kendra could become. And that's 20 years ago. And as I say, I always tell my age because I want people to know my life is a journey. I'm 46 years old. If I would know that you make that deal and you decide to go for your career, and at 46, you still wouldn't be married, you still wouldn't have kids, would you make that same bet? Absolutely.
You would, yeah.
Because I had to choose myself.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to be married and just say I'm married. If I'm married, it's because this is what God's purpose is for me. And I'm riding out with you to the sunset. And I know you're going to mess up, but I'm here. I'm Coretta Scott Kinging it.
Yeah.
And if I can't Coretta Scott King it, then I'm not going to do it. You just should.
I mean, it sounds good, but I feel like it's just more the same non-committal stuff that we hear from modern women. This is just dressed up in, this is a bow on top of it. This is icing. This is whipped cream. This is the cherry on top. This is making it look pretty. But once you start to peel the layers back, once you start to cut into the cake, it's not done, especially not in the middle. It's not even the flavor that you wanted. It's even the flavor that's there, it's nasty. It still tastes like flour, and the cream is melting and things taste spoiled. But people did a great job painting it. They did a great job making it look nice. That's really all this explanation is. I chose myself, which is what a lot of modern women do. They talk like this. Well, I wanted to do this and I wanted to do that. Yeah, but then y'all want a man to actively choose y'all as well. Y'all want a man to respect y'all and respect y'all's vision, respect y'all's dream, but y'all will do none of the sort for him. Nothing. Y'all want that man to be 110% behind y'all, but y'all won't do that for a man. That's my problem with it. Then y'all will get on these podcasts and talk like this as if it's deep, but then really have nothing to offer in terms of, okay, if you met a man today that was your dream man, how do you see that going? It wouldn't go, because they wouldn't listen to their dream man at all. They wouldn't work with their dream man. They wouldn't cooperate with their dream man. So honestly, they probably don't know. It would probably end before it started. And they would be still talking about, I have to choose myself. I hope God's going to send me a man. And you have a woman in the comments right here kind of making my point. She says, I'm so confused. Why is it that my generation of women doesn't believe or think you can have both? You can bet on yourself and have the career and still be a great wife / married. Plenty of women have done it before us. Yes, they have. Thank you for saying that. Thank you for saying that. My mom would be one of them. Had a fantastic career. Fantastic career. Still found time to come to our games, to hang out with us. Dad did too. Extremely busy, but still found time to do all of that stuff, to maintain all the responsibilities. Still found time to elevate in their careers. So, I mean, just say that y'all want things. That's what I mean. Oh, this sounds real. She's saying this. Just say that you're selfish. Just say that you're not able to do it. Just say that before you got in there and made a commitment, you were only going to think about yourself. And that's why it's going to be hard for men to pick you. That's why it's going to be hard for you to be in a marriage, because too many modern women are selfish. That's the whole entire conversation. We can stop it right there.
I just ignore almost everything that women say because it's almost all. Because you ask women, like, what do you want in a guy? And then you look at the last 20 guys they have like almost none of those things on the list. Women say that they want a nice guy that, you know, isn't going to cheat on me and that's always going to be available and it's going to pay attention to me and that, you know, I trust. And, you know, they're going to list off all these things. Yeah, I'm sure that they want some of those things, but the things that they actually respond to is a guy that piques their emotion, that makes them think about him when he's not there, that drives them crazy, that inspires jealousy. Like basically a lot of the toxic traits are the things that really make a girl think that she's in love with a guy because she can't stop thinking about him. There's what women say they want and then there's what they respond to, and what they respond to is what's important, right? And I don't think a lot of them understand like the subconscious response mechanisms too.
Because women will try to fix it before it falls apart, but men will try to fix it after.
Well, what do you mean by fix? Do you mean tell your man thinks he can do better? Women fix relationships the same way they fix everything. They tell a man to do it. Women aren't out here trying to make themselves better wives or girlfriends. Women will work very hard to get better at a lot of different things. They'll try to look better. They'll try to be better moms. They'll try to improve at their job. But you ask a woman, like, what did you do to be a better wife or girlfriend today? She will laugh at you because they don't think there's any room for improvement. They just don't.
Okay, this one says, got back with him just to cheat back. That is certainly a choice. Got him. You're a warrior. You really sacrificed your own pH balance after he already sacrificed your pH balance to just ruin any chance of it even being remotely sanitary in there so that you could hook up with some rando that you don't care about just to have vindictive get back coitus against your ex so that you could get kicked out and have all your clothes thrown out on the ground. Winning! But if you go to the comments, it is nothing but support. They love her. They think this is the best idea that anyone has ever had. This is just our queen, our icon, apparently. Is this what women supporting women has really turned into? Because, oh my God, as a woman who actually cares about you, do not cheat back. It makes no sense. And here's why. The only reason that you're going out and finding some rando to sleep with, potentially risking STIs, making a full-on clone of this man, is to make this guy mad, right? Well, you understand the reason that he cheated on you is because he wanted to. I can guarantee you that he had way more fun cheating on you than you had trying to revenge, spite, cheat on him back, okay? You think you're winning, but you're just hurting yourself. He's still having more fun than you. And if you would have just been patient and waited to find a guy that you actually care about and enter an actual romantic, real relationship with, you would have had the same, if not better results without throwing your own body on the chopping block. And if you care at all about this, don't you feel bad that you essentially just used someone's body for your own malicious gain? But if you think you're a winner, you're a winner. You enjoy your dirt clothes, queen.
I don't believe that women are taught how to treat men, right? I think, and I don't think
That's a fact.
I don't think all men are good at treating women how they should be treated, but we're still more aware of how women are supposed to be treated. Whether we sign on to that or not, you're supposed to treat a woman with respect. You talk to her this way. Like some niggas be like, man, look that. Like, but we're still more aware. I think
100%.
Men are taught how to treat women, and women are taught how to be treated.
Yep.
And then you got.
I said this on my last episode.
You know what I'm saying? And
I
then you
literally
got men
said
like,
this. Yeah.
Hold up.
Yep.
Men are a specific thing. We are a creature.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and so it's worth putting more of that into the conversation because
very real.
It just raises awareness on the part of the woman, like on how to create balance. You know.
What y'all men need to realize is that I don't have to bring nothing to the table but myself. You have to bring everything to the fucking table. I don't have to bring nothing but myself.
Well, that's exactly why your ass ain't got no table now. I don't know who the hell y'all think y'all are that y'all feel like y'all ain't got to bring shit to the table and the man's supposed to bring everything. What the hell is this? Is this a mental institution or something? Because it sounds like you need to be in a straitjacket saying this stupid ass shit.
So are you saying that pretty privileged women are weak?
Most of them, yes. Most of them. That's why when you hear the baddie buzzword, most baddies are prostitutes. Because all they have to offer is their body. It's weak. It's an easy way to do life, but it's a weak way to do life. And I don't feel bad for saying it. It's just the truth. And no shots fired. Look, do you, boo. Get it how you live it. I'm not here to judge you. Live your life. However, it's the weak way. It's the easy way. It's not the narrow road. Not taking into account, I don't think that they're taking into account the spiritual warfare that actually starts happening, the way that they have to battle that spiritual demon, which is very expensive. I can't afford it. But I think that when you're really beautiful, you're lazy.
What's to come for women in the near future and what the current scene is like? Chat, let's cross-cut shred the dating scene in 2025 and give a prediction of what's going to happen to women in the dating scene after the T app, and tap into the collective male discussions you've had. Go full hardcore, cut through the bullshit, and go ham on it. Enjoy, y'all.
All right, buckle up. Gloves off. Let's dissect the battlefield of 2025 post-T-app, post-lie economy, and mid-masculine renaissance. This ain't a love story. It's an autopsy. The T-app wasn't just a data breach. It was a mirror. It showed the unfiltered back-end code of modern dating, who women really talk to, what they say in private versus what they post publicly, what they really think of men. It exposed the two-faced hypocrisy of the validation economy. I'm looking for something real while sending the same nudes to 5 different guys. Men are trash from the same woman who's stacking sugar daddies like Pokemon cards. Talking to 27 dudes while claiming my ex was narcissistic and cheated on me. And men? Men watched. Men took notes. Men are done. The psychotic aftershock. What's coming for women? 1. Validation drought. TikTok attention is drying up. Instagram reach is throttled. AI is replicating beauty and personality better than any thirst trap ever could. Men are swiping left on reality. 2. Sexual marketplace recalibration. The top 5% of men? Still swimming in options. The rest, ghost protocol. They're not chasing anymore. They're building. They're ghosting apps. They're watching from afar. No more auditions. We're the directors now. 3. Hypergamy hits a wall. The pandemic of career delusion is crashing. AI is killing soft skill jobs. That MBA? Replaced by ChatGPT. That therapist license? Replaced by a trauma-informed prompt. That podcast? Drowned in algorithm noise. Suddenly, I Don't Need a Man turns into Why Won't He Commit? 4. The collapse of the soft power grip. Women used to control the narrative through sex, emotion, shame, manipulation, crying on TikTok with sad music. That doesn't work on men with clarity, purpose, and screenshots. Empathy fatigue is setting in. Male collective consciousness in 2025. Let me pull from thousands of convos with men. I'd rather jerk off and code my freedom. She's gonna ask what I bring to the table. Bitch, I built the table.
Hey! Cuz, on my mama, nigga, I knew I wouldn't stupid. Cuz, hey, get the fuck out my crib, cuz.
What I do? What I do?
Just get out my crib. You see this shit on my mama. No cap.
What I do?
Who knocked your period on, cuz? Who knocked your period on, cuz? On game. Get the fuck out my house. No cap. On my mama. Bitch, I knew I wasn't stupid. Get the fuck out right now. No cap. On my mama, I knew I wasn't stupid.
So I want to talk about why men of this generation are scared of women.
Should I tell her, guys? Okay, I'll tell you. With all due respect, young lady, men don't fear women at all. In fact, probably the issue is women don't fear men or respect men at all these days. Your generation offers a tenth of what our mothers provided. Barely cook, clean, aren't integral, dress up for other men not your own, looking for constant attention on social media, offering very little to the relationship and expecting so much to be done for you. You want a man over 6 feet, high-value man. You haven't the slightest clue how to earn a high-value man. Further, most of you were not raised with a traditionally masculine father. You don't know how to treat men. We're not scared. We're just tired of what you don't bring to the table. And you're gonna have to fix it, girls. I'm sorry.
There's been a character assassination that's been going on for men for like decades now. We can look at it in music. TLC, Scrubs, Destiny's Child, Can You Pay My Bills? Like we can go through song for song, genre for genre, where the women, it stopped being Salt and Pepper, what a man, what a mighty good man, right? It stopped being En Vogue, giving me something. Stop being, see, right? See, makes you feel something, right? It stopped being that. And it stopped being the R&B from dudes begging, baby, I'm begging, baby, I'm begging. It stopped being all of that to a lot more raunchy, a lot more what can you do for me, a lot more transactional. And if you start looking at relationships as transactional, right? It's not, again, it's not healthy, number one. But number two, we become commodities and commodities get traded. And so what we've basically done is turn relationships into things that can be traded up or down, or we look at this person as, it's not good for my portfolio. And that's wrong.